Hi, my name is Haley, and I am a college student in North Carolina, and I thought I would do the Jawbreaker Tag because I love the messy heads and everything that they aspire to do, and I wanted to kind of put my own take on it as well, and I thought that the Jawbreaker Tag was amazing. Thank you, Emma, for coming up with it. So I'm not going to answer all the questions just because I feel like the video would be so long. But I guess like a couple. Um, do you think you know yourself right now? That's kind of one that stood out to me. Um, I don't really know because I feel like knowing yourself is kind of subjective because I don't think you're ever really gonna, I don't know, I don't think you're ever gonna really know yourself. I think you're gonna know, like, how you would react to certain situations or, what your passions are or what you're creative about, but I don't think that you're ever gonna really figure out who you are as a person because you're constantly changing. And, like, that's not a bad thing, but, it's, you know, I think it's kind of exciting because, we're, I think human beings are fluid people. I don't think that there's, a strict structure of what you're supposed to be or, you know, what you're supposed to do. I think that, you have all the control in the world to be able to change every single day. And I think we all change every single day. And I think that that's, a good thing because we learn from our experiences. Um, talk about your hardships. Um, this one is, I don't know, it's kind of hard to talk about, but I think it's important. I guess there's kind of two different routes you could go for this for me, or several different routes. One like with mental illness, growing up, and um, I guess the stresses that come with life and figuring everything out, and heartbreak. Mental illness has is kind of comorbid with heartbreak, but for me. And what I mean by that is, my mental illness got more triggered because of an emotionally abusive relationship. And it was a very, very, very hard time for me, especially as a freshman in college and, figuring everything out and what I wanted to do and living 4.5 hours away and from home. And, you know, just being by myself. And I think that age, freshman year of college, like, it's such a hard year just because you are fluid and you don't know who you want to be, or you don't have a clear idea of what you want to do, which will lead into what you want to be. And yeah, I still deal with mental illness on a day-to-day basis. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder this year. Um, it's been difficult, but um, extremely difficult. But there's always hope, and in discovering that, I've found beauty within the ashes, and I think it's really important that even at your darkest state of mind, there's always light. There's always something that you can look back on and say, that I lived that, like I experienced that. I experienced traveling, or I experienced doing something that I love. I experienced, living, and I think that that's beautiful within itself. So there's always hope within that. And then, being in college, it's a very stressful time. Like, I'm about to take my final exams, and I don't know, it's just, you're not out there on your own, but you're really trying to figure things out for yourself. And I guess for the next question, my biggest like piece of advice is, you need to surround yourself with people that are going to uplift you and people that are really going to make you feel good. I think that that's the biggest important, like the most important thing, is just finding those people. And it's going to take a while. You're going to be alone for some time, but don't think of that as a bad thing. Think of it as a way for you to figure out who you want to associate yourself with, and who you want to be as a person. And I think that, everything happens for a reason, and everything works itself out. And you have to go through really, really, really hard times in order for you to connect with yourself more. And yeah, let me see if there's another question that I want to answer. What am I passionate about? I'm really passionate about writing and creativity and things like that, and mental illness, and spreading, awareness about it. And dogs. I really want a dog. The messy heads, I'm really passionate about that movement, and just kind of embracing the fact that, like, you're never going to have a stable, perfect life, but there's beauty within that. And yeah, and I think that that's kind of what the messy heads is trying to embrace with Jawbreaker, is that there's certain moments within your life that, like, are jawbreakers that really change you and make you develop who you are as a person. So thanks for listening.